Our daily Bible reading for January 13th. Our reading today comes from the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 7. Matthew, chapter 7, we'll read verses 1 through 14. Judge not, that you be not judged. For with the judgment you pronounce, you will be judged, and with the measure you use, it will be measured to you. Why do you seek the speck that is in your brother's eye, but do not notice the log that is in your own eye? Or how could you say to your brother, let me take the speck out of your eye, when there is a log in your own eye? You hypocrite! First take the log out of your own eye, and then you will see clearly to take the speck out of your brother's eye. Do not give dogs what is holy, and do not throw your pearls before pigs, lest they trample them underfoot and turn to attack you. Ask, and it will be given to you. Seek, and you will find. Knock, and it will be opened to you. For everyone who asks receives, and to the one who seeks finds, and to the one who knocks it will be opened. Or which one of you, if his son asks him for bread, will give him a stone? Or if he asks for a fish, will he give him a serpent? If you then, who are evil, know how to give good gifts to your children, how much more will your Father who is in heaven give good things to those who ask him? So whatever you wish that others would do to you, do also to them. For this is the law and the prophets. Enter by the narrow gate, for the gate is wide and the way is easy that leads to destruction, and those who enter by it are many. For the gate is narrow and the way is hard that leads to life, and those who find it are few. A few thoughts for today. One of the hardest things to do sometimes is not to be critical of those around us. It seems the longer we know someone, the more we see the cracks and imperfections. We are urged not to look too closely at others and take a good long look at ourselves first. To see our own faults in their true light is hard to do. We can justify and excuse away our actions in many different ways. However, they are still faults nonetheless. In this passage, Jesus begins with, "Do not judge, lest you be judged," in verse 1. Then follows up with the real weight behind the command. For in the way you judge, you will be judged, and by your standard of measure, it will be measured to you. It is not likely that any of us live a life so perfect as to invite judgment upon ourselves by wagging our fingers at others. The Greek word krino carries with it the meaning of condemning, sentencing, to try, to punish, to decree. Sounds like some pretty serious judging, doesn't it? This is exactly the type of situations we are to avoid, unless, of course, our life is so free of any skeletons in the closet as to be without sin. And that's not likely to happen. There is a difference in judging and discretion. We often use the term judge when in reality, using discretion is really what we mean. For instance, the type of friends your children would be better suited involves discretion when you judge the character of ones you would rather they avoid. Using discretion doesn't condemn in its essence. It simply realizes that for our own spiritual well-being, we must choose what is best for ourselves and loved ones, and brings no malice upon others. It isn't always easy for others to distinguish, but it is a fundamental premise we are to build on. Do not be deceived. Bad company corrupts good morals. 1 Corinthians 15:33. A question of the day. Have you ever found yourself making a judgment on someone and realize you are guilty of the very same thing? And finally, a thought for today. In your travels today, become aware of how often you classify or categorize others based on outward signs such as dress, talk, manners, cars, houses, etc. And those are our thoughts for today, January 13th.